Hi there. I am still Turbin Majava. This is Kitty. And I'm here to tell you about the third and so far final movie I've seen in the movie theater this entire year. Me and my friends first went to see the movie Touch, and then half an hour after that movie ended, we went to see The Substance. Two vastly different experiences. The Substance is written and directed by Coralie Farge or something. Of her previous full-length movies, I've seen the only one there is, which is Revenge from 2017. That one was okay. I remember it was a very good-looking movie with totally decent acting and some pretty punchy moments of gruesome violence. I'm not in a hurry to watch it again, but I did generally like it. Anyway, The Substance is, I would describe it as, it's as if David Cronenberg and Stanley Kubrick co-directed a slow burn, particularly gnarly body horror movie. Really, never have I seen so many symmetrical shots of long hallways, bare utilitarian brightly lit spaces, and unnerving down-the-barrel close-ups outside of a Kubrick film. Nor have I seen so many disgusting special makeup effects outside of a Cronenberg movie. Really, it's quite remarkable how just how many visual nods there are to both directors, and they somehow only add to this movie's own identity, if that makes sense somehow. Maybe it's the Tarantino effect or something like that, where it's done so artfully that blatant theft becomes completely acceptable homage. Demi Moore plays a very Jane Fonda-esque character in this, where she used to be a popular actress and now she has this fitness show on TV. However, she's getting on in years, and she hears from the network producer, played by Dennis Quaid, that they are very much looking to replace her with someone younger. Moore's character is very proud of the career she's managed to build, and is naturally devastated by this betrayal and lack of gratitude. She then gets into a car accident, wakes up in the hospital without a scratch, and she's introduced by this really creepy nurse to an opportunity to regain her glorious career, utilizing this weird compound substance called the Substance. This substance would create another version of her, much younger, more beautiful, so she can essentially take back her own career using a body that's more desirable for the network, and it seems for the general public as well. Initially, it's kind of unclear whether the two versions of this split character share experiences and memories with each other, because the mysterious distributor of the substance keeps reminding their clients that even after the split, they are still one. But I think that's mostly because at that point the continued survival of both halves of the person hinges on a carefully maintained balancing act. Of course, this being a horror movie, balance is not maintained, and it has some drastic consequences. The execution of this horror story is exceedingly effective, on both a psychological and a visceral visual level. It's elevated even further by the genuinely amazing sound design. There are scenes where simple acts of touching a particular textured surface makes this noise that elicits a really strong, off-putting, repellent reaction from the viewer. This is often combined with themes of sex, aging, and decay, and various other themes. The movie wears all of these themes on its disgusting, glistening, fucking deteriorating, leathery, fucked up skin. The body horror special makeup effects look absolutely fantastic and disturbingly realistic. They use silicone models, latex bodysuits, puppets. They show you pus and blood-filled lesions and monstrously disfigured features. They all look so fucking gross and so amazing. They really put in the effort, all of it, to achieve something that I think cannot be done with CG, even today. Only practical effects can have this kind of realistic, tangible result where you know it's really there. People made it as a physical object. It's right there, and it's delightfully horrifying to look at. Of course, there are some CG effects in the movie, but they're mostly blended in rather well with the practical ones. Touch-ups, essentially. Some scenes have more CG, but it looks okay. Both of the female leads, Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, do a fantastic job in probably the most demanding roles of their careers, both of their careers. The shit that Moore's character goes through by herself and with her younger version is something that starts from a place of desperation, an attempt to essentially return to the past to get revenge, even though she's starting from exceeding luxury and the kind of privilege that most of the world will never experience. I still get where she's coming from. She's not sympathetic because of her success or her wealth or her glowing personality. It's because of what's been taken from her. I understand betrayal and wanting revenge for it. I understand wanting to return to the past to regain your highest moment. That's really the emotional core that I can connect with this character. I want to see what she does with the opportunity she's given, and it's an eventful journey. She can get really unpredictable with in her methods, and further along in the movie, I can't always tell where she's going with this, but I'm intrigued. It's so much fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, Dennis Quaid. He seems to be having a whale of a time as this womanizing, exceedingly nasty executive producer named Harvey. Not even close to being subtle, but he is so much fun to watch whenever he shows up. There's a scene where they're in a restaurant and Dennis Quaid's character is eating shrimp in the most disgusting way possible. And of course, it's shot almost entirely in close-up. And if you like seafood, you'll likely be put off it for a long while. Really, even with all the special makeup effects, it's one of the grossest things in the movie, just Dennis Quaid eating shrimp. The character interactions are tinged with humor, without really resorting to jokes. I appreciate that. The humor is much more situational and comes from a place of understanding the character motivations, the growing rivalry between the two halves of the main character is immensely entertaining and funny. There's also an undeniable tragicomic aspect to the story and its execution and editing and everything, as well as to the increasingly over the top effects work. There was this one guy in the audience who, at the 2 hour mark, just got up from his seat and left. And honestly, if he was having a tough time with the special makeup effects earlier for the past 2 hours, I think he left at the exact right moment. Because it only got even grosser and more over the top from there. That guy knew exactly what amounts of Cronenberg he could handle. Good for him. I'm really not sure how I feel myself about those final 20 minutes of the movie that this guy couldn't bring himself to watch. I I do think it's multiple steps too far and not at all necessary because the viewer has already understood the central message of the movie. The movie had already said what it had to say several times over. It seems the movie wanted to make the same point yet again, but harder this time. And then, yet again, but even harder this time. The movie's telling me, hey, societal beauty standards are really harmful, especially towards women, and women are exploited in the entertainment industry and pressured into maintaining those beauty standards, don't you know? Yeah, I got it. I get it. You did tell me that, yeah. And the movie's like, hey, societal beauty standards are really harmful, especially towards women, and women are exploited in the I got it. You just told me. Did you notice we put Harvey in the movie? Yeah, I did. That was very subtle. Hey, societal beauty standards are really harmful. I got it. You fucking told me. Yeah, but I didn't have the sledgehammer that time. Really? Okay, even if the extended climax of the movie was made purely for the spectacle, I can't really fault the filmmakers for that, because even though I felt it was entirely too much and unnecessary and made the movie run longer than it needed to, I was also very much delighted by the grand finale. It's even making me wish they would have gone even harder at the very end. But I guess they went for a more artistic book ending for the final shots, which is fine. It's fine. But maybe I still wanted that final blow, that gut punch, the final fuck you to send me on my way, you know? Ultimately, this is an awesome, awesome movie. And some of the best times I've had in a movie theater in a long time. I mean, it wears its themes on its sleeve. It tells you the message pretty clearly and frequently, but it's so entertaining. It's true that I hadn't been to the movie theater in a long time, but I'm really glad I went and had this great experience. This is easily an 8 out of 10. I fully believe this will be talked about in the future, still in comparison to great directors, but I think the substance has enough of its own substance and identity to possibly achieve cult classic status at some point. I mean, people are already singing its praises all over, and also being fucking horrified at how disgusting it is. So it has that divisive quality to it too, which I appreciate that. I had a grand old time. And if you think you can stomach it, I believe you'll really enjoy it too. If you're a fan of Cronenberg, you've already gone to see this movie. Okay. That's about it for now. I'll see you, well, you'll see me in the next video. I have a few choices lined up for what to review next. I haven't decided yet, but I'll get there. Okay? Bye.